All right, third time's a charm, because for some reason I don't know how to use TikTok today. I keep pressing the little stop button and then clearing it instead of pressing the check button saying that it's completed. So I'm gonna try to do this as fast as possible because I have about 5 minutes now. So first of all, welcome back to another Walk and Talk with Ash. Y'all, this light is popping. I'm about to tag it in here because I got it from Amazon and I love it. Anywho's, I have a great word for you guys today. And I want y'all to think about some things, but I'll throw those questions in at the end. Or maybe I should say them now. What was your why that you could not stop following the Lord? That you could not say, that you changed from maybe I want to follow Jesus to I must follow Jesus. It was nothing that was going to stop you. Answer that question at the end of this video. So I want to first say, yesterday I talked a lot about, well, not a lot, but I mentioned how my prayer life would be crazy. I pray for like an hour, almost 2 hours. I just want to let y'all know that's not an everyday thing. Sometimes I don't pray like that long. Sometimes I don't even go in my prayer closet and pray. Sometimes I don't want to get out of my bed, and I'll be like, Lord, I'm speaking to you from here, and that's what we're gonna do. And I used to feel so bad about it. I used to be so upset with myself, like, oh my gosh, I need to go in my prayer closet. I need to get on my knees and pray. And I used to get so upset with myself, thinking that God was gonna be so disappointed. But let's be honest, God is not disappointed. As long as I'm speaking to him and acknowledging him throughout my day, we're good. Is prayer life important? Absolutely. Do you have to do it an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours? No. My prayer time is that long just because I have literally index cards with people's names on it, and I have a big family. So I'm sorry, y'all. I just have to pray long because, yeah, that's just what the situation is for me. So I wanted to come here and let y'all know that this morning the Lord woke me up at 3:29. I was like, I know you're gonna wake me up 3:29 in the morning. Like, I ain't gotta be somewhere in the morning. And that was like literally a whole hour to an hour and a half before my alarm was supposed to go off. I was like, what is going on? But I woke up and I was hearing the Bible. Crazy thing is, I listen to the Bible at night and I put it on for 2 hours. Like, I put the timer on 2 hours. There was no reason why my Bible should be still playing at 3:30 in the morning, pretty much, because it should have ended. Because I went to bed pretty early last night. Oh, I don't know, but I woke up to it for a reason, because it was such a good word. It was 1 Corinthians 7 verse 20 through 24 that was playing. My phone was super hot, and it was like, it would go black and the little loading symbol would come up, and it was just the weirdest thing. I was like, what is going on? I was like, oh goodness, it's Apple, and it's time for me to get a new phone. No, I said I'm not getting another phone unless this phone break. Lord, don't let this phone break. But nevertheless, Paul was explaining that, in short, I'm going to just try to keep this short as possible, but basically, wherever the Lord called you, make sure that you just keep, whenever or wherever the Lord called you at, wherever you were in life and the Lord called you, don't focus on that. Focus on him. A lot of us think that as soon as God, calls us, comes into our lives, we come into the knowledge of who he is, we need to do a radical change. I mean, girls be like, I gotta wear long dresses and cover my head, and all these things that just don't do. Not saying don't do them, but you don't have to worry about your circumstances if you're focusing on God. When you focus on God, he changes the circumstances when he sees it's time for them to change. For instance, when the Lord called me, I was so broken. I was so lost in my mind. I was actually on a crazy high, to be honest. I'm not even gonna lie. I tried to smoke weed again, and I was like, and basically what happened was, I was like, God, I know I'm not doing this no more. I'm gonna do what you told me to do. And that's what happened. That happened just shy of my 30th birthday. like literally maybe like 2 weeks shy of my 30th birthday. It's crazy. And I never looked back. I kept going, and I kept thinking like, God, like, you're telling me I'm going to do this. You're telling me I'm going to do this. How am I going to do this? I don't have the funds to do this. I can't change this situation. God was like, just trust me. Be obedient to me. Be obedient to my voice. You know what I sound like. You know who I am. You know when I'm speaking to you. Stay in that. Let me do everything else. The place I'm standing in right now is because of God. This was not any of my doing. This was all of the Lord. What I did was be obedient. What I did was keep listening to his voice. What I did was stay faithful. What I did was stay prayed up. I didn't try to change my circumstances. I let him do it because he's the Father. He knows what we need. So my whole point of this is, don't let your circumstances dictate your identity. Don't worry about your circumstances. Let God keep working in you and on you. I used to hear this analogy all the time. Well, not even an analogy. I don't even know what you call it. But nevertheless, you don't get clean before you get in the shower. So God's not asking you to get cleaned up and spruced up and then be like, okay, I'm going to come talk to you now. He wants to see you in every aspect of your life. First of all, he created you. He knows what you look like. He knows what your heart look like. He knows what your mind look like. He knows the things that you do. Don't ever think that he doesn't know. He's fully aware. He created you. The Lord knew what was going to be going on in my life before I got here. And all he wanted me to do was be obedient, listen, and stay faithful. Have faith. Have faith. So, challenging you guys to keep the faith. Don't try to change your circumstances whenever the Lord calls you, because he's going to call you if he hasn't called you. And if he has called you, stop trying to figure it out. Just keep praying. Keep talking to him. Keep spending time with him. Keep your eyes on him. And yeah, I think that's it. I try to cut this down as best as possible. One additional thing that I said in the other video, my bad, that when I was listening yesterday to a sermon by Pastor Mitchell, he's the pastor over 2819 Church in Atlanta. Cannot wait to go visit. Honestly, one of the most sound minds I've ever heard, and I'm being so fed through the word with this church. We are in the book of Matthew. So I'm in the older videos because I'm trying to play catch up. So I'll be watching his sermons like, this is great. And I mean taking notes, watching sermons, and working, y'all. Yeah, your girl be trying to do a lot. Anyways, he was talking about taking up God's yoke. And I found out what a yoke was. A yoke is a wooden stick or something that holds two animals. I don't know what the animals are. I'll probably drop the name there, but they hold the animals. And what happens is when one animal gets weak, the other one keeps him going. The Lord is going to carry you through. I don't know why that was like important, but it was in my video that I made that I ended up deleting by accident. So I did say that I took that and I needed that word yesterday. So I don't know if somebody else needed that, but stop trying to let the world carry you. Let God carry you. His yoke is easy and there's no burden. That's the beauty with God. He's so amazing. Anyways, I gotta go. I love you guys with the love of Christ. I pray you all have a blessed day. I'm gonna try to get this video out early.